Hi. Hi, everybody. My name is Sean. Today, boys and girls, I will be pulling names from my tin. Names of all of my Westminster College friends. I will pull your name one at a time out of the tin, and I will talk about you for 15 seconds or less. I know, right? As if I could talk about some of you for 15 seconds or less when I've known you most of my life. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. I have no idea what I'm going to say. It could be a memory. It could be a song. It could be a type of food. Who knows what's going to come out of my mouth? But let's get this going. Okay, here we go. We're going to start now. Okay. Got my mint. A lifesaver spearmint. Notice purple in honor of Westminster. Collar up. Polo. This shirt, you guys, I used to wear this shirt in college. It's a little snug on me now, but we won't talk about that. So before I start pulling names and talking about y'all, Westminster College is now Westminster University. What do you think about that? I don't know what I think, how I feel about that. It'll always be Westminster College to me. So, all right, here we go. We're going to play. Are you ready to play? Got everybody's name. I'm going to pull a name. I'm not going to look. And I'm going to try to talk about you as fast as I can. As many things as I can. Okay? Are you ready? All right, here we go. First name. Kathy Russell. Hi, Kathy. You are Mom. Mother Earth. So many Christmases and Thanksgivings spent at Chrissy's house, and you were always there with your light and your energy. Just a wonderful, wonderful, loving, caring human being. Kathy, I adore you. I miss you. Of course, all of my memories are wrapped up with Eric. The two of you were inseparable during that time. But I remember you were a nursing student at Westminster, and you went on to become a nurse in real life. And if I were in a hospital, I would want you as my nurse. So, take care. I love you. Hopefully we'll talk soon. Okay, next name. Dina Clemens. Dina! Of course, I remember you as Dina Ingeman. So, my freshman year, when I was going through the horrors of having Scooter as a roommate, to hide from him and what was happening in our dorm room, I would escape to you and Colleen's room in Hogle Hall across campus. You, Colleen Patterson, Wendy Romero, and Christine Campbell, the five of us would hang out all the time, usually in your room. We would watch The Cosby Show. We would go dancing at the Bay. Do you remember the Bay Dance Club? And the thing I remember most about you, Dina, is your hair. Big poofy 80s hair. I loved it. You had a smile that would light up the room. You were so kind. You were awesome. I miss you. I'm glad we're friends on Facebook. Okay, next name. Next name is Katie Byram. Oh my God, Katie Byram. You and I, we're married. for 7 years, basically, in my house. We shared everything. Favorite memories, Katie Byram, of you. You and me and Numbnuts would watch the show Supernatural on TV. And we started doing a drinking game so that every time Jensen Ackles would say, Sammy, or Bobby would call somebody an idiot, we would drink. Of course, by the end of the episode, all of us were a little tipsy because they kept repeating the same thing, son of a bitch, all the time. I became a real big fan of that show because of you. And of course, 6 Feet Under. I have the entire series of 6 Feet Under. It's the only TV show that I own, and largely in part because of you. Katie Byram, I mean, honestly, I adore you. I love you. You're one of those people I can go for years and not talk to, and I know that we're fine. You are a soulmate. And I'm going to be seeing you real soon because I'm going to need to go back to St. Louis to deal with my mother, and I will stop in Grand Junction to see you. Okay. Next name is Barb Zapla. Barb Zapla, you worked in the Arts and Sciences department at Foster Hall at Westminster College. You were the secretary for Arts and Sciences. Ray Owenby was my academic advisor. So when I would go see Ray, while I was waiting for him, I would hang out in the lobby area where you were, and you and I would chit chat. And you were always the kindest, sweetest, nicest person ever. I had an instant connection with you. I really bonded with you in those little moments that we had outside of Ray's office. And then all these years later, you and I started communicating on Facebook, and you had posted this post about a book called Nobody Wants Your Shit or something like that, about decluttering your life and simplifying your life. Anyway, you recommended this book. I recommended it to my mother as well as another one. My mom has already read the first one. She's on the second book. Thank you for that. It's good to reconnect. Keep in touch. Okay, next name. Angie Russell. Angie Russell. The moment I say your name, I hear the laugh, the little giggle, the unmistakable laugh of Angie Russell. I would be all the way across campus, but if I heard that laugh, I would immediately know who you were. Christina Thurmond, lived above me in that fourplex. And one time I came out of my apartment. I was going to go, run errands or something. And when I came out of the apartment, you and Michelle Maxwell and Chrissy were all sunbathing on towels on the front lawn right outside the building. And you're all lathered up with tanning oil. And Angie, you had this little bowl of lemons, and you were squeezing lemon juice into your hair. And I'm like, Angie, what are you doing? And you said, it's for blonde highlights. Angie, every time I hear or read or see anything about the TV show Moonlighting, I think of you. You're awesome. I'm glad that we have reconnected after all of these years. Okay, next name. Carrie Naughton. Carrie Naughton. You and I were in marketing class together with Nancy Panos Schmidt as our teacher, and you and I would pass notes that would make each other laugh. And so we would be trying not to laugh and draw attention to ourselves in class. I still have those notes. In the summer of 1988, before the Jewett Center for Performing Arts was built, there, where that building now stands, there was a very large plot of grass with sprinklers. And that summer, you and I would go to the sprinklers and run through them and get all wet, and we'd laugh and scream and giggle and got sopping wet. That was a fun memory. Carrie, you are a poet. You are a gentle spirit. And you came at a point in my life where you helped ground me from the chaos that I was experiencing with Fuckhead. I'm so glad that we've reconnected after all of these years. I know I've been saying that about everybody, but it's true. One of these days I'm going to come into Salt Lake and we'll have lunch. Next name is Christine Campbell. Chrissy, just like with Dina. Chrissy, you lived with Wendy Romero at Holgall Hall my freshman year, and I came over to your room and would hang out with you and Wendy and Colleen and Dina. You and I had a unique connection, though, because we were both from Reno. We both came from Reno when we first started attending Westminster. You went to my rival high school. You went to Reno High School. I went to Worcester High School, which to this day are staunch rivals. And so that was kind of fun to talk about that. But Chrissy, you were, you have this amazingly expressive face. You could do this sad puppy dog look. I mean, it would melt hearts. If you wanted to get your way with anything, all you had to do was make that face, and we would be like, okay, we'll do it. Stop making the face. Beautiful, beautiful, big green eyes. Just a lovely sweetheart. Calm, shy, gentle spirit. And I miss you. We got to reconnect years later in Reno at the MGM Grand, I think it was, in their lobby. We sat in these big, huge chairs and just reconnected, and that was fun. I hope to reconnect with you again sometime. Okay, next name. The next name is Jackie House. Jackie House, you were the campus life director, the director of campus life at Westminster. You started my sophomore year, and you were the perfect fit for this job. Your personality fit the job description for that job. You knew how to handle all of our quirky personalities. You knew how to handle all the drama that came with 18 to 21-year-olds. You were fun. You attended every event that we held on campus. You were always a part of everything. You're from Iowa. When I drive through Iowa, I always think, oh, Jackie House lives here. This is where Jackie's from. Yeah, you had a big as life personality, and it was awesome. Okay, next name. Next name is Heather McShane. Okay, I need my spatula for this. Heather McShane. Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me? You and I have unfinished business. We'll work it out one day. Heather, you know I don't like black olives. But one time when I was in your condo and we were getting ready to play one of our hundreds of games of Scrabble, you ordered pizza from Pizza Hut. And it was just black olives. Just a black olive pizza. Nothing else. Just black olives and cheese. But I ate it anyway because that's how much I loved you. Of course, I would pick off some of the olives and give them to you. Hours and hours you and I spent in your condo playing Scrabble. And you were a really good opponent because I'm really good at that game. It was fun. And of course, when I think of you, I also have to think of Ebony the cat. And then later on, Persephone. Haven't seen you for many, many years. Haven't talked to you for many, many years. But like I said, you and I, we're going to need to get together at some point and discuss. I miss you. Another real quick memory of me and Heather. Gail McCulloch, our theater professor, cast me and you in the play Twelfth Night as the twins, Viola and Sebastian. I, of course, played Sebastian. The gag about that was that you and I look nothing alike. I'm 6'2" and you're 5' nothing. And so just like in the movie Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, they were brothers or twins in that movie. it was funny because they looked nothing alike. And that's what Gail did when she cast me and you as brother and sister in 12th Night. It was a visual gag. She had us wear these ridiculous matching outfits with blue velvet and big poofy hats. That was a lot of fun, being in that play with you, even though we didn't share a lot of scenes together. But anyway, Heather, I miss you. I hope you are still doing some acting. I loved it when you would come into the agency and I would help you with your lines. That was always fun too. We're going to need to reconnect. Okay, next name. Next name is Mitchell Danson. Mitchell Danson. Can you see that? Mitchell Danson. Is he the kid that worked? Okay. My freshman year, the second semester, I started working in the registrar's office. And there was this real geeky kid that worked in the registrar's office with us. He had black curly hair, braces, sometimes wore glasses, was kind of nerdy. And at the same time, he was kind of a snob. Was that Mitchell Danson? I'll have to think about that one. I think he was from Eugene, Oregon. Mitchell Danson.